Hey guys, it's Neil again from part of Texas Armory, and today I've got another Mora knife review, and this is another one of my personal favorites in their line. And the model that I'm going to be talking about today that you see in front of you is the Mora Robust. And just as the name implies, this knife is just going to be a beefier version of most of your Moras. So everybody knows Mora knives. They're great. They're cheap to purchase. They have good quality steel. They're sharp. They do excellent for most stuff. But when you use traditional Moras in some other bushcrafting task or more abusive task, as in batoning or splitting wood or prying, those standard Mora blades have a tendency to break. And the reason is because the knife blade, let me go ahead and get this out of the sheath for you guys. So on most Moras, and I have another Mora here we can compare, so let me get my Triflex out here. And most Moras are going to have short little tangs that come in, just a little bit into the handle. Whereas this Mora Robust is going to have a tang that goes almost 3/4 of the handle, so it just has a more substantial tang in there, which leads to more durability for those type of tasks where you're prying or putting stress on the blade. Another key difference with this Robust is going to be the spine thickness. So you should be able to tell looking at these two. The one on the right is the Robust, of course, and the left is my Triflex. This Robust here has a 1/8 inch spine thickness, whereas this particular Triflex has a 0.98 inch spine, so quite a bit thinner. So this knife is going to be a better slicer for delicate tasks, but if you're going to be using your knife, for more heavy-duty uses, that's where the Robust comes into play. Another difference is this handle is oversized compared to your most of your Moras. It's just got a beefier handle, so that's good for if you have big hands or medium-sized hands. That's going to be a probably benefit to you. Also, it's just more handle to grab onto for these heavy-duty tasks. So let me go ahead and get the specs out of the way for this blade. So what you're looking at is about a 3 7/8 inch blade here. You're looking at a 1095 high carbon steel blade, which is excellent. I love 1095. It's a great steel. It holds a good edge. It's easy to sharpen, and it's cheap for manufacturers to purchase and make knives from. So that translates to a cheaper price for these blades. Your grind on this is going to be a Scandi grind. So that's what most of your Mora is going to come with, is that Scandi grind, which is an excellent grind. I already mentioned the spine thickness. So on this one, you've got a 1/8 inch spine here, and you've got a weight with the sheath, blade and sheath together. You're looking at 4.8 ounces. And if you just have the knife by itself, it's 3.6 ounces. So very lightweight blade overall, but fairly durable. The main thing that I like about this is that I like having that extra thickness with the blade, because I do sometimes use it for those heavy duty tasks that I was talking about earlier, and this blade is definitely going to hold up more than say something like this Triflex. They both have their uses. If I'm doing more food prep or filleting a fish, I'm going to grab this one. But if I'm going to take out camping or something like that, I'd probably prefer to take the Robust. So these are actually two of my favorite Mora models right there, the Robust and the Triflex. Some other things I want to talk about with this blade is the sheath here. So you can see I've got a little Ranger band that I hooked onto the back here, and I just use that for additional retention. It works really good. The retention by itself is pretty strong, but if you had this lashed onto your backpack and you dropped it, or maybe you got caught on a branch or something, it could pull out of that sheath. So that's the reason why I run it with this Ranger band retention. So if you're looking to do something like that, it's really easy to do. It works really good. I recommend you do something like that for just additional retention for your blades. So your material on the sheath is going to be the traditional, just soft, plastic polymer sheath that we all know. It's durable. It's weatherproof, and it's got a drain hole down here at the bottom. I don't know if that shows up on camera or not. Probably not, because it's out of focus. Well, there, you can probably see it right there. But anyway, it's got a drain hole, so water's going to drain out of here. So that's important with a carbon steel blade like this. You definitely want a place for the water to run out if you're in a rainstorm or something like that. They've got this little clip section that you can clip over your belt. The button here is for if you had an additional Mora knife, you can hook another one on there. I've never done that, but that's the reason behind that. Overall, I mean, it's a really cheap sheath. It's not really pretty, but it does work really good for what it is. I don't really have any problems with their sheaths, and I do have some leather sheaths that I've made for my Mora knives, but mainly I just grab these just because they're so lightweight and they're durable. So I don't really have a complaint with them. You'll see on the blade I did a few modifications. So the most obvious is the blued blade. I just put some cold blue on there. Just kind of looks cool, plus also gives it a little better corrosion resistance against rust. And then also I put some jimping here on the back of the spine. I just used a little Dremel tool and just cut some little slots in there just to give me something to choke up onto when I'm doing fine tasks like that. The handles are extremely durable. I already mentioned the tang of the blade goes to about right here on the Robust, and I'll pop a picture up right now showing you guys a blade that's been cut that you can actually see the tang, see how far it goes. So it's fairly durable. It's much better than, say, this Triflex, which the tang only goes to about right here. So it's always preferable to have a longer tang on your blade. The handle itself is made out of materials called PA. It's basically a hard nylon. It's very durable. I've never broken one. I know some people report that they have a tendency to break maybe if you get it really cold, but here in Texas, I don't have that problem. So I've never really broken one of these. I think they're extremely durable. This section here is going to be textured, so you can see the pommel here has got a slight texture on that polymer. And then this section in the middle has got a rubber kind of over mold over the top of it, which it gives you a really good grip. Very comfortable grip. Mora, I always say that they're not the best looking knife in the world, but they're very functional, and it's just very comfortable in the hand, even though it's not the best looking knife. But the main thing with these is that they're just so useful and such a great value for the money. These you can pick up for anywhere from $15 to $20 for this particular model, the Robust, and it is definitely worth that price. You're getting a whole lot of knife for your money, and I definitely recommend them. This one here in particular, if you're going to be doing more heavy-duty tasks or bushcrafting tasks, what an excellent blade. So once again, guys, this is Neil from Harder Texas Armory. I hope you enjoy the video. If you got any questions or comments on this thing, just leave them down below. I'll do my best to answer them. Y'all guys take care. I'll catch you on the next one.